By the time this airs, we might be up 1.
Burr.
We got one game by the time this airs. So,
And just tell your dad what you love about your dad.
All,
I know it sounds cheesy, but
I feel like we're all really real with each other. We can all be sarcastic and like say the truth and like I don't know. Nobody's feelings will really get hurt in the end.
yeah,
It was kind of funny.
thick skin.
Yeah.
That's good. You got to have that.
yeah.
Because if you can't joke with each other, then
Especially around this crowd.
yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
we're definitely good. We run it deep.
Yeah, we stacking them deep and selling them cheap.
So, go ahead. You got another story? A good one?
Okay, I have another good one.
Okay.
We were going to North Carolina to see our grandparents, and I think it was on the flight back, I believe. No, the flight there. All three of us, me, Allie, and Mom, we were all in the same row, and then Dad, of course, got stuck by himself because taking the dad, whatever.
I chose to.
Yeah, he did the good thing.
He did the dad thing.
But then, of course, he sat by the window, so then that means that he got stuck with two other people in the aisle. And so the person next to him, we're also at the very back of the plane, right next to the bathrooms. I'm not even joking. And the person next to him has special needs.
I didn't know this.
Is taking up the entire seat next to him, so he's just crawled up against the window. And at the end of the flight, we are all getting off of the plane, and all of a sudden, Dad's not getting up, and neither is the person next to him. The person next to him is not getting up.
You got because you got to have special assistance.
Because the flight attendant had to come.
So
and
he's
help them.
stuck in the chair.
This is probably I'm guessing a 16-year-old girl, and
Yeah.
How special needs was she?
not nothing like that. Like very autistic kind of thing.
Okay.
Halfway through the flight, she fell asleep on me. And I don't mean like kind of touch you on your shoulder a little bit. I'm talking about head down on your shoulder. I should have just
Mouth
been singing
open.
a lullaby.
Did she drool on you?
No, it didn't have that. But it was just one of those.
Good.
At that point, you knew something was not.
That's so sweet of you.
And I just kind of let it go. And so
You're not as much of
and
a
my wife, of course, because you know how planes usually have 3 and 3 or 3 and 2. Well, when we always fly, it's always those 3, and then I sit wherever else. That's where I was sitting wherever else. And the drink girl was coming by, and she was just loading my wife up, and the girls were getting
Yeah, she got
snacks
free
and
drinks.
sodas. Yeah, she was giving her free drinks. I'm over there like, can I just anything?
have a water.
They thought you were with the special needs, so they
I
wouldn't
don't
give you
know
nothing.
what it was, but I don't think I had a single drink. Which I don't, I don't need to plow all the way. But it'd be nice to have one because
Yeah, you don't like flying too much, anyways, right?
I don't like flying. I don't like sitting in the middle or
You
the
like
aisle.
to see the window.
The window. If I'm on the window, I'm cool. We can go down in flames. I'll be looking at it. I'm fine.
And you went into detail before why.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I have that for you.
you want to know? You can listen back.
So we all get done. We hit the terminal, and everybody starts unloading. And how everybody does, they jump up so they can stand up for 10 minutes, like everybody does. And then as everybody's leaving, then all of a sudden, the girls get up, and wife gets up, and they start walking out. And they're all looking at me like, "Was Dad going to another terminal?" Or, and so I just sat there, and the guy in the aisle row, he gets up and leaves. And now I'm just sitting there, and it's just me and this 16-year-old autistic girl just chilling on the plane. There's nobody there, and so finally I'm just like,
What was she waiting on? Really, assistance?
I think they had somebody had to meet her to make the connecting flight of where she was going.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't flying with somebody or maybe like a parent, a guardian. But I sat there for another 5 minutes, and finally some lady comes over there, and by this time they've already gotten the luggage out of the carousel down there, and I'm just like,
Oh, you got left. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
You were left.
they had no problem walking away from it.
Another good dad moment.
And this dad moment brought to you by
Special needs
Miller Lite.
Glitter Me Bougie, the best tumblers on the market.
on the market. Meals by Mike. Because when you don't want to cook,
Because when you don't want to cook,
Meals by Mike.
Come see the world's
Biggest.
it's been a minute.
Crane door.
clearest window.
I missed this.
All right. That's good. That's good. I know you got more.
Yeah. Well, there was also the flight back. Also, I don't know if you remember that, but I think all of us were fighting to sit on the seat. It was, I think you, Allie, and Mom all started fighting about who was gonna sit where, and then they had the big giant 2-pound of gummy bears that got like,
Edibles.
yeah, they thought it was edibles going through the security gate. Or
Oh
something.
yes.
Yeah, they flagged that.
Well,
They didn't flag that. They flagged something in the. She had something in her bag.
There's a PS5, I think.
A what?
The
The
PS5.
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
I didn't take it out. Of the
That's
bag.
right. We had the PlayStation with us.
Oh, okay.
But Kelly also had a 2-pound bag of these
Gummies.
gummies. They were like sour gummies, like the cheap 2-pound giant bag. And so they flagged her bag, of course, and they pulled it aside. I'm assuming it's because the 2 pounds of gummies. Mm-hmm. And the guy pulls over and he goes, "Oh, it's the PlayStation." Okay. And we're like, "What?" He goes, "Well, we saw something on the screen and just we thought, needed to be electronics." And so we looked at his PlayStation. And Kelly goes, "But don't mind those 2 pounds of my edibles."
No, literally.
Literally said that to both the TSA people. Looked at it and they looked at her like, "Yeah, we're not looking for that. We're looking for explosives." And I was like, "Holy crap!" I thought she was going to prison for a long time for a minute.
That's still
She
not
was
as
so nonchalant.
still not as good as
She was
Mexico.
not. She was
Nick,
not
did you bring drugs?
It was not.
Yes,
Oh, dude, that was hilarious.
one.
And then he left his damn bag at the TSA
Yeah.
line. Anyway,
You don't ever have your wife yell at you when you're in the
security.
the security when you're doing international flight. I'm trying to think with a not cartel.
Damn.
Anyway,
Anyways, TSA.
TSA, yeah. And then
Customs.
have your wife
Customs.
yell, "You're not carrying drugs, are you?"
Well,
And
I
then
mean,
everybody just stops and looks at you. And there's these little Mexican guys with full uniforms with M16s, or
Oh, yeah.
ARs, and
Ernesto,
like-
federales.
yeah. I'm like, don't say that. We're customs. That's what
There you go.
we were going to customs.
you didn't have enough cash on you to get out of that one,
No,
unless you hit the ATM.
but there is a number that's good.
Yeah. All right. So, you got anything else?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good? Who wants to go next?
Let's go boy, girl, or girl, boy.
Since we'll start with the oldest, you're next here, Yates.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, first of all, we'll tell one of your good stories about good old dad that you remember.
Well, first off, it's good.
I'm sorry.
Tell 'em how old he is.
Go ahead and
Introduce the boy.
introduce yourself again, and then how old are you?
My name is Seth. I am 17 years old.
All right. So, Seth, if you don't know, is a, kind of a stud, but not really, right?
Stud muffin.
Stud muffin. Everybody calls him stud muffin.
I don't call him
I
stud
don't
muffin.
call him-
I don't either.
never have called him stud. For the record, because this is on air, I've never called this underage child stud muffin.
Maybe his aunt calls him stud muffin. That's probably about it.
I don't even
And my mother.
I don't even think I've mentioned the word to him, stud
I
or
need
muffin.
I need to I need this notarized. We've had some incidents go down in the neighborhood. I need to make
Whoa.
sure
We'll get
that
legal in this one. We got it.
All right. So, what you got there, bud?
I know how we used to own a boat and love going on the
What
water.
was the name of the boat?
Job site. Get away from the work,
Yeah.
Um,
He's lying, by the way.
oh yeah. It was perfectly fine. The boat was running, and then one Father's Day weekend, we ended up hitting something, or the week before Father's Day, and Father's Day weekend, we get a call saying how the boat decided to sink. So he decided to try to, we can fix this. Buy all the parts, everything like that. Eventually, we start working on and everything, and one day we're at the storage, and he's having me hold the flashlight while he's drop kicking the back motor back in, and clearly it's not fitting because it's not going in.
You don't know that.
Well,
That's another thing. That's
definitely
another
do.
moment where we've asked the kids to hold a flashlight. Your old dad says, "Hell, hold this." He did terrible at that too, though.
well, I mean, hey, I was trying, and
Yeah,
all I saw
you
was
did
you
good.
drop kicking it.
And
Finally, we get to take it out on the water one day because we think it's all good and everything like that. Put it in the water. We don't even get to turn. Don't even get to turning on. And next thing you know, it's back it up, Terry, into another boat,
at the dock,
and that's how we lost our spot on the boat dock.
So he's on the dock because he's got to pull the truck out. I go to start it, and it just automatic full reverse. Wham! The dock attendant goes, "Well,
There goes your boat spot.
what happens after that?"
I'm screaming on the dock, back it up, Terry.
Yeah, that's a good moment. And then I go to start. I was like, "Oh, I think I got it fixed."
Nope, it's another boat.
So we were no longer allowed that boat slip.
Probably a good reason.
That's a good reason.
Very good reason.
But we learned something that day.
Leave it on the.
Yeah, don't drop kick motors back in when it's not supposed to go in.
It should go in easy. If it don't go in rough.
Kick the motor in.
Well, because
He was on top of the motor and he was just kicking it in like it was
trying
going
to
to
get
go
the
in.
stern to go in.
Angrily.
And
I do that a lot.
there's a spline.
it's a dad thing.
Well, when I shoved it in there, it was in reverse, the lever.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah, it was never going to go in drive. Even when I had it in drive, it was going in reverse.
Well, because you have
Fired it up,
the,
first thing it does go reverse.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
What's
I
the-
mean, you have the right way, the wrong way, and then you have the correct way. So, I mean,
Exactly.
Right, it's the wrong
Well-
way, just faster.
exactly.
And I take the mic way. Like I've hit so many things. We'll just say if I've hit 10 things in my life, like if something's not working, I'll hit it, and 50% of the time, whatever it was I was hitting, it starts to work again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I promise you, I'm 50%. Reason why I say that is because Stephanie my wife, she has her Fitbit. Well, a couple weeks ago it broke, and she's been Googling everything, anything, trying to see if she can get this because it's not even a year old, maybe a little over a year. So I'm getting out of the shower today. She's sitting on the bed and she's sitting there playing with it. I said, "You figure it out yet?" She goes, "No." I said, "Just throw it up against the wall and see if it works." And I'll be damned if she didn't throw that some bitch up against the wall.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work. She's
I
a
thought
big,
you were gonna say it
she's a
worked.
big
Right.
0%. Oh, if it would have, I would have been husband of the year.
I would have brought you my watch.
She would never complain about me hitting anything ever.
Wonder what else I could fix.
Right. I've got a few
Just
things
go
in my
through-
garage I
just
need
go
you to
through
work
punching
on.
shit.
All right. So, same question asked to Emma.
Yeah.
What's something good about good old dad though?
Something good.
Something that just that it's me.
I'm able to talk to you about a lot of things and just be able to come to you about things when I know it definitely need a problem or something like that. And like we're just able to talk to each other pretty much.
That's key. That's key in any
That's
relationship.
very important.
That's very important.
Yeah, communication is the key.
I mean, that's what we all got to have, right?
Definitely.
My kids don't do that.
Yeah, they do. I feel like they do.
Nick doesn't talk to me outside of the show, so
I don't even know you guys outside of here.
I don't even think his name's Nick.
I text him. He goes, "New phone, who dis?"
Who it is? So you got anything else?
Because that sounds like Nick.
Yates?
Well, speaking about crashing into things,
Yes. I love crashing stories.
I don't know how old I was, but we were driving through a Toys R Us parking lot, and I go, "Hey, Dad, what's that over there?" Off to the side, and it's a baseball team warming up or something, which I didn't know what it was. And he looks, and then all next thing you know, we're in an empty parking lot of Toys R Us, slammed into a pole. Truck is completely just destroyed in the front end.
All the airbags blown.
Everything's just. And the next thing I look to my left, and he's I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of all this. I'm done.
But why was I fed up?
Because you've had 6 wrecks in the past 3 months.
Gave up driving.
Finally snapped.
Look, my truck was in the shop 3 out of the 6 months. I'd had 6 wrecks. Insurance has dropped me left and right. Luckily I had insurance on the truck at the time I wrecked it, but it wasn't longer after that. What happened?
As soon as it gets fixed and everything, we're out on a hunting trip or somewhere, and he just got his truck back, and then next thing you know, he gets plowed and the truck is totaled by a deer.
Yep.
And there is poop, there's everything just slung across the door, everything in the truck, airbag, like everything.
It bent the frame. It hit me so hard. We were doing 55 on the road, and I was like, "Deer!" And he was in the back. My niece was in the back, and then my ex was up front. Man, that'd been good if shit that side, but no. He
Wow.
Anyway, so the deer hits. I was like, "Deer!" And man, that deer plowed us. It was like an 8-point buck. It killed it. We couldn't find it, but I know it killed it. The truck was totaled. We had to drive it home.
Yeah.
Jacked up. Luckily I had the avalanche, so we could drive it. But yeah, it was completely totaled.
Did you say there was shit on the side?
Yes, it was smeared everywhere into the crevices of the door, everywhere. And hair.
My mom hit a deer years ago when I was a kid, and that was one thing I noticed was there was deer shit down the side. And in my head at that age, I'm thinking, you hit something so hard it made it shit yourself.
Yeah.
You just went. So I could picture that.
Yeah. No, there was hair everywhere.
Hair and shit.
Yep.
So okay, we got another one. Go ahead. I know you got something else.
When I was really young, when we went up to Southern Junction for a lot of people up there coming to hunt, and I was able to.
Hello.
Hey, hold on, bud. Hold on. We actually got Devin on the line. We need to go ahead and get him on the line.
We got our first caller.
We're sorry, Seth.
Sorry about that. We didn't mean to cut you. We'll get back to you there, big guy.
This won't be the last we hear
As you
about
can tell,
Seth, by the way.
this show is well put together. So,
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. It happens.
what's up, son?
What up? How you doing, Pops?
Doing all right. This is my son. He's Devin. His name is Devin. I gave him that name. I named him after Devin the dude.
Devin
yeah.
Devin the who?
Devin the dude.
What is Devin the dude?
Out of Houston, if you know, you know. Don't worry
Yeah, I
about
was
that.
named after Nick, the guy.
Anyways, anyways, I'll use Craig's line. But no, this is my kid. This is my youngest, the one who looks like me. He's 22.
Oh, shit.
Are you 22?
Yep.
22? Yeah, he'll be,
Yes, sir.
He'll be 23 in November. So this is our Father's Day episode. I was telling them my kids are old and they have jobs. So you was out working. You was going to give us a call. So do you have a funny story about your good old dear old dad that you could tell?
Well, I got tons of funny stories. One's a story, and I got a few things just to say, like about, like, you know, us and growing up and stuff. One of the times we really started bonding was when we started making fat jokes towards each other. And if you know my dad, if you know my dad, that man cooked his ass off. So, one of the funny stories that come to mind when that happens is I was going to make a plate one time for an event, and he goes, "Hey, be easy on that plate. Everybody got to eat."
Yeah. He said that to me a few times too, though. Seems awkward.
Oh yeah. Nah, he's a stickler, but no, it's always been fun with us. One of the funniest stories I can think of would have to be the time that I got high. So it was right after my my favorite uncle Sumo passed away.
R.I.P. Sumo.
R.I.P. Sumo, yes, for sure, R.I.P. But we was in the room with all the cousins. You know, they pulled out a little glass device that with inside of it was some water. And so, you know, put my mouth around it. I hit it. And let's just say I was on a whole different planet. I was freaking out. I was sunk into the couch, pretty much on the verge of tears, freaking out in my head. And finally, I just go outside to my dad, and he goes, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, I got high. I'm freaking out. What do I do?" He just looks at me. He goes, "Don't do that stupid shit again. Go walk to the stop sign and back."
Get some fresh air on you.
Did he make some good food afterwards?
Fine.
Oh no, it was a carne asada after the funeral, so we had plenty of food. You know, the Mexicans were getting it up.
So okay, I got a question for you, Devin. We've asked all these kids, tell me something that reminds you of Dad. That just you know that's Dad.
Well, it used to be his drinking hat.
Yeah, that's gone.
The sombrero.
Yeah, that's the goner. That is a goner. His drinking hat is a goner. But other than that, if we're talking about something, let's see. Because obviously his cooking, you already know his cooking is
yeah, off the chain.
It's A1. It's just like every time I go out to a restaurant and it's not good, I'm just like, damn, Big Mike could do it better.
So what's something, Devin, what's something you say about your dad that's kind of, you know, original about him that you like, that's, you know, something that maybe you have, some of your friends don't have for a father?
One thing is he's not afraid to joke. He will always make jokes with me, find a way to make me laugh, and he will always keep me, you know, like level-headed sometimes. Even though both of us have a temper, he's one of the only people who can keep me level-headed. He just looks at me, he's like, "Hey, like calm it down," or something like that, and we always laugh about it later on.
See, remember our last show when our stickler about each other said Mike was mean. See, I'm not the only one that says it.
Don't get sensitive on
I'm a
us.
kid, that doesn't count.
Don't tell long stories.
Well, son, thank you for coming on. We'll let you get back to work.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on.
Love you. We'll talk to you.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye, y'all.
All righty.
Sorry about that, Miss.
Mr. Yates, you want to continue? We didn't mean to interrupt. You never know when people are going to call in.
What I was saying was we ended up going to a hunting trip with some of our buddies and everything, and it was just the entire lease was down there, and we ended up shooting this deer, not once, but I think it was 3 or 4 times, and everyone at camp's like, "What is he doing? Like, what are we shooting?"
How many bullets are y'all going to use?
To kill one deer, and it still wouldn't go down. So eventually, I think we drive up to it, and it's just laying there trying to crawl away. And I think he's gonna use a pistol or some type of gun to kill it. And nope. Sure enough, he walks right up to it and slits its throat with a knife.
What did it sound like?
It was.
Sound like Mike sneezing.
Yeah.
Eventually, we load it up and get back to camp and everything like that. Because I think eventually we were doing like who can kill the most deer in one day or something like that. And I walk in there and I'm like,
Raising them right,
so,
Craig.
Look, we had a 5 kill limit. You know what I mean? We were in Kerrville.
Must have really hungry.
we make it back to camp and I walk in there and I'm like, so what'd y'all kill y'all's deer with? And everyone's just saying gun, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I bet y'all didn't kill yours with a knife.
Mind you, it was probably 7, maybe 6. That same weekend, he learned how to play craps.
Yep, with a cop.
Yeah, mesquite cop.
Nice.
You know, I come back from doing something. I come back and they're shooting dice. He's got bills in his hand, rolling some dice. I'm like, what are y'all doing? He goes, we done taught him how to shoot craps. I was like, oh, that's good. Teach him young.
Good old Seth Yates, the new school shooter.
Different meaning of school shooter. All right. Those are good. So, the last but not least, Shawty. You want to introduce yourself again?
Do I say my name?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Get up to the mic.
My name's Allie. I'm 16.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do I just tell my story?
She's the cutest little bundle of joy.
She is. Yeah. What do you got?
This is the last time I'll ever tell this story.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Would somebody write that down?
It's going to be on tape, so it doesn't matter. We can replay it every time.
Great.
On my 14th birthday, when we were in Galveston, there was a margarita stand across from our, what do you call it, like Airbnb?
Airbnb.
Yeah.
What is it called? Like a Long Island?
A Long Island tea.
He got a Long Island tea, and he had it, and we were supposed to like eat dinner and stuff, and we made like brownies. And my mom goes, go wake up Dad, and he is asleep, like dead asleep. I'm not sure what happened in that.
I'll tell you what happened. I started drinking beer early, and we went, because remember when we went and got it was a snow cone, drive-up snow cone place. But they also had all these alcoholic drinks. It was by the beach in Galveston.
Yeah.
To where you can just get anything, like strawberry margaritas, straight margaritas, drinks, Crown and Coke. They put them in a styrofoam cup and go on
You
your
walk
way.
away, yeah.
I'm in the back seat, if you remember that, because I couldn't drive at that point. And I think Emma's driving. You were learning how to drive still. And I got Long Island tea, and I was already waxed. We got back to the room. I drank that. We're supposed to do dinner, and I was just so plowed. It was not my best moment.
Good job, Dad.
It happens.
It was terrible. I still feel bad about it.
It was hilarious. It was
Thank
like
goodness we'll never have to hear that story.
No, it was like the day of her birthday. We were all singing a happy birthday to Allie, and it was just me and Mom with the cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got steaks for that, and I muscled up enough grit to go cook steaks. And when I got done with the steaks, I was like, "Oh, you're lay down."
How many Long Island iced teas did you have?
Well, this thing was like a 32-ounce LIT.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, I already had
Several
beers at the
beers.
beach earlier, and one thing led to another, and
So now the running joke is he's not allowed to have any more Long Island.
I think it was funny.
The
I
one
got
on-
my steak.
did you see my wife's look the other night when I ordered the LIT?
That was
That's
why.
from
That's
that.
why.
Yeah, that was like a flashback nom thing.
Everybody's head turned when we saw you. It was hilarious.
I knew it was coming as soon as I did it too.
So, Allie, what's your favorite thing about your dad?
He can build, fix, make anything.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, that helps you guys out because he could work on your cars and
Well, we've done like school projects.
yeah.
Okay, did she do the school project, or is it like the volcano where the parents did?
All right, here
And
we
you
go.
know, Nick can sew.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know what that
I don't
means.
mind helping the girls with the project. I really don't. And they'll tell you this probably before I finish the statement. But if you're going to throw a project on me, don't
Do it the night before.
Yeah.
don't come at me and go, Dad, this is due tomorrow. What is it? It's a 5-hour project that I had 4 weeks to start on.
And I know who the queen of that is.
I got 2 queens. I got a pair.
Pair
And
of
I've told
queens.
Allison too the same thing growing up is, listen, I'll help you, but don't spring it on me.
Yeah.
You know, because my first question is, when was this given to you? When did you get the instructions?
Yesterday.
And they kind of start bouncing on it.
Oh yeah, that's typical.
But if they give me some time, I will help them with anything I can.
No, definitely. We all help our kids. We all help our kids way too much. All of us.
And sometimes I don't on purpose, just because they need to learn some stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you just do everything for them, they don't learn. They don't learn things.
My problem is I take
Kids
over.
are very self-sufficient.
Duh.
They're very independent on their own if you give them a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't mean you abandon them, but if you give them a chance, most of the time they'll figure it out and they'll learn something from it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's some dad shit.
We're going to send you, while you're in Nashville this weekend, we're going to send you more pics of us doing work on cars and shit. I'm just going to take my wheel off my truck and just have Nick up under it like he's doing something to the brakes or something. Just send it to you.
I can't say what I want to say, but I'm pissed off what's in your garage right now that I had no input on this. By the way,
Well, I saw your input on the last one, so I kind of let that go.
kind of figured. Kind
All
of
right.
figured.
Fair.
We'll talk about it later.
All right.
But all right, so what's something good about Dad? Something that you know that Dad's instilled that in you. What, you know, a trait, whatever.
Probably like to be independent. Like I don't have to rely on everybody else.
Especially a man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
period.
INDEP. How's it go?
Unless he's a welder.
Oh, 27-year-old welders. There's actually 34. Picking up stray college girls.
See, most women like they like movie stars or music artists or landscapers or something like that. Somebody
welders.
likes welders around here.
And Parker McCollum, but you know,
Okay.
I'm with the Parker McCollum.
well, that's gay if you like him.
Not in that way. I like his music.
Oh, gotcha.
It is that time of the month.
It is that time of the month,
It is.
Pride Month.
Oh, okay.
Don't act like you didn't know.
He was
No, I didn't know what we were talking about. I thought y'all were trying to pow 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 pew pew me with a joke.
Kind of still did.
kind of still do.
You got-
All right.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew. All right, what else you got, Allie? You got another one?
Probably one time we were like going through Fresh, and I had the right way to go, and the person had a stop sign. They blew like in front of me, and like cut me off. And my dad is always like, follow them.
That's true dad right there.
I love it.
We followed him, and then I parked, and then he got out, and he was like, my mom was like, no, Nick, no. And he gets out and goes up to the person's car and is like waiting at the window, like about to talk to them.
They wouldn't open the window.
Well, no shit. I mean, you're only, what, 6'2",
A 6'1".
260?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a good guess. I was going to say
That
3.
was really good.
I was going to say 3.
Holy shit.
300?
I just wanted to talk shit to you.
That'd be a monster,
Pew, pew, pew.
right? Clink, clink.
Shots fired.
No, I was teaching Allison how to drive, and, you know, I'm trying to teach them to be patient drivers and be, you know, like you're supposed to be. But when somebody does something to them and I'm there, it's like, that's not right what you did. There was another incident with you another time.
Yeah.
But this guy went around Allison while she's trying to learn how to drive and she's doing everything correct. This guy just decided she wasn't going fast enough for him. We're in a parking lot, so he drives around her, and then about the time this car was pulling out in front of him, this Mercedes, about hits that car, so has to cut in front of us, and I was like, that's far enough. I need to find out what your problem is. Hey, maybe you got a medical emergency.
Yeah.
Either way, I need to approach you.
Maybe you need
So-
a broken nose.
We've been down that road, haven't
First
we?
thing I
Yeah.
did was like, go follow him. And my wife was like, no. And I was like, you do follow him, yes.
Oh, the wife was in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, you pulled that off.
Yeah.
She was probably panicking.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we parked close to where this guy was. And the first thing I did, as soon as he hit the park, I jumped out and I started walking over to his car and I stood there at the driver's side. And he saw me there. I could see him telling me on the corner of his eye. He could see me, but he wasn't acknowledging me because he saw me walking up. He saw us parked next to us. And now all of a sudden, I'm at your window. And, you know, I'm not trying to break the guy's face. I just want to know why you felt like you need to drive around my daughter that fast and almost hit somebody else, and us included. Give me those answers correctly. We're cool.
Yeah. Seth's got a story like that, too. You want to tell it real fast before we get back to Allie's?
Bully.
When I first started driving, I just got my permit. Maybe, I don't know. I've had it for maybe 3-4 months or something like that. And I ended up driving, I think it was like 45 minutes away from my house. And he tells me, "Oh, just get over. Because there was an open lane right there." And I didn't look at my mirror. I didn't look in the blind spot. I didn't look anything. Because he said, "Get over." And next thing you know, this dude blares by us. And he's just, next thing you know,
He runs him off the road.
and luckily I keep steady, like just in the lane and then he's trying to tell me, "Oh, go fetch him, because he's."
No, at first I was like, "Oh, it's okay. It was my bad. And then he kept flipping us off.
Yeah, he was just swerving around the middle of the road, flipping us off and everything like that. He was trying to say, just catch him. If he wants to do all that.
Yeah, I had enough fuck yous, you know what I mean?
I know that.
You know, so I could clearly apologized. My bad, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Steadily flipping us off, giving us a bird, trying to swerve us.
That's what I can't stand.
I was like-
If I've apologized to you, why in the hell are you still on my ass?
I was like, that's one too many fuck yous. Catch him. And he's like, no. And luckily we exited because we would have caught him. I don't know what we would have done. I'd have gave him the best 28 seconds of his life.
Before he started.
Yeah, before I breathed him to death.
So we're talking about car stories because it's on my brain now. I have one to tell. Is when I was first driving, I turned 16, got my license. I bought my very first car on a Friday, about 10 o'clock in the morning. I bought it, went home. I went and washed it and all this and that. I went and I had to go to work. I had to be at work in Plano at 3 o'clock. So I go to, I'm on my way to work. And right there at, I think it's Renner and 75, I rear end somebody.
Ooh.
And it did a little bit of damage to me, but it tore up his bumper. And, man, I just told him, I was like, dude, this is my first day driving, blah, 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 blah. So he was willing to accept $400
Oh, there you go.
and not exchange any information.
That's pretty solid, though.
So,
I mean, you could have ran. You know what I mean? Could have hit and run.
yeah.
Lucky he didn't. All right, Allie, we're back to you. You pulled a Craig there. That's what I do. I can't read stuff and be on the air at the same time. I get multitasked.
Well, I was going to ask the girls if they have something else they want to add or something they want to ask. They can just let me know. We're not on the real harsh schedule here.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Do you have something you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Oh,
Talking about
right.
driving. Okay, I think this was like when I was freshly 16-ish and a half.
Sorry for the noise. Try that one.
Okay,
That one sounds better.
thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
When I was
Mike's
like
my mic.
Yeah.
when I was like freshly 16, I was on my way to club practice, and I was going down the highway, and I had a private story, obviously, and I posted on Snapchat I was going like 115, I think, which obviously,
What?
yeah,
No,
obviously.
you're doing 106.
That was after I had taken the picture, but I was going down the highway way too fast, and I posted the picture on the private story, and come to find out, I get a call from Dad after practice, and it's like, were you going down the highway at a really fast speed? And I was like, no, like, what are you talking about? Like, I was at practice on time, but I don't know what you're talking about. He was like,
Triple digits. What are you talking about? Dad?
I know. He's like, well, like, from the picture that I'm looking at, like, you're not going the speed you should have been going. And I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I was going like 80, 85.
Shit.
He's like, oh, you're lying. That's not what I'm seeing.
You got it.
Didn't
I
at
was
that moment
busted.
put two and two together?
I didn't
Like, you
at
knew exactly
first.
what I was talking about.
I thought that maybe someone sent you a message. No, somebody screenshotted the private story picture and sent it to him. And I was like, wow, okay. I see how it is.
Hold on, no. You kids don't think that we don't know everything.
You guys need to learn. If we're asking a question, we already know the answer.
Hey, we know it all. If,
One hundo.
if we don't know it
I
all,
know you did it.
Yes.
Just admit it.
Yeah, exactly.
it's easier to come clean
If the club doesn't fit,
than
If the glad
you
you
must have
you
fit.
must have quit.
I wasn't putting two and two
I'm just
together.
putting that out there. Look, y'all think we're dumb just because
we act dumb.
we act dumb.
That don't mean
We've
we
been there and done that and mastered it. So if y'all are doing it, we know it. And sometimes y'all have facial expressions or gestures when you don't realize you think you're getting away with something. You're not. Nobody ever gets away with it. There's too much stuff in this world to not, to get away with anything.
Some kids do.
Some kids do, but I mean, y'all are great kids. All you kids are great. Devin's a good kid. Drayton, Mike's oldest, is a great kid. So I mean, we don't have to worry about that with y'all. But just know we know. Normally.
Yeah, it was great.
So I mean, what do y'all got planned for the rest of the summer?
Work.
Work.
I'm working.
Work.
Exactly.
So
You're working, and Allison's working on getting her driver's license here in about 1 month ish.
Probably like soon because I take my test.
So have you did the parallel parking and everything?
No.
I'm not going to teach her that.
Huh?
I'm not going to teach her that.
What do you mean not going to teach her? It's part
Because
of
it's going to confuse her, and we live in a place, in an area, in a city where you don't have to.
it's
parallel
part of the
park.
test.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wing it.
No.
Oh, you are gonna fail.
I got taught how to parallel park. I'm not even joking. I got taught how to parallel park a week before I took my test. I'm not
That's
even
bullshit.
lying.
That's
And
perfect timing.
No, and I failed it. I failed that portion. I almost failed my test because I failed the parallel parking.
Good job, Dad.
I mean, I taught Seth the day before, and so it was fresh on him, on his brain. If you don't practice, you will fail.
Oh, we're practicing. We're driving that. But I'm not going to start trying to put this as be the
Oh, no,
most
no.
important part of her driving.
This will be the last
For
thing you
right
teach
now,
her.
What I'm teaching her at the moment is how to drive safely. Look for the stop signs. Look for the people who are, just because the light's green doesn't mean somebody's not trying to cut that last yellow red light-ish.
Don't drive 106 and post a picture of it.
Don't get caught doing that kind of stupid shit.
And if you want to
That's
use
where
our
I
golf
did that
cart,
stupid shit.
if you want to
but
use
I
our
didn't get
golf
caught.
carts to practice, ideal to hit a golf cart than another vehicle.
True.
Because we used cones, didn't we? No,
we use trash cans.
trash cans, and he hit one. You got to hit something if you don't practice.
I got some dad advice for you. This goes for you too, Seth.
Shut the fuck up.
Some of the stupid stuff we did, nobody knows about because we didn't have social media.
Oh yeah,
We didn't have the
100%.
phones.
Oh, I know.
And social media and the phones will hang you guys so bad. The farther you can get away with those things without them, the better. Spend more time without it. Spend more time away from your phone. There is no downfall to that.
If you're gonna murder
There's
someone, don't have your phone
literally
with you.
If you spent less screen time, if you cut your screen time in half, it doesn't matter what it was, that's a benefit. There's nothing bad about that.
And it's gonna save your eyes.
You're one
That's
talking.
I know. I can't see for shit now, though.
This lecture brought to you by the Father's Day episode of the Shit Shows.
America's best eye contacts.
Eye contact. Yeah, that's good.
Because you're on your phone too damn much.
Come hear the world's longest story.
From Nick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know I get sensitive.
Well, guys, I think
It's been a good show.
I think y'all did really well. I was surprised. I had little faith in y'all.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Feels, yeah.
I had all the faith. You guys didn't sound like you were terribly nervous.
I thought you guys were has-beens and you couldn't do it, but y'all proved me wrong.
We were not worried about all of you.
That's a lie.
Might have been a little worried. Y'all pulled it off. So y'all got anything else y'all want to add? What you plan on doing the rest of the summer, Yates? Anybody? Besides that being at the pool?
Would y'all like to wish us Father's Day? I mean, we shouldn't have to ask for that, but
Happy Father's Day.
God, what a bait out
I
there.
love you so much.
So have y'all last question. Have y'all thought about the gifts you're going to give us?
Oh, yes.
he's big
yes.
on gifts. Craig is big on gifts.
Don't
You
worry.
goddamn right.
Better give him something.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't use God's name in vain like that, but you're right. I like gifts. So you ain't got to tell us, but just as long as you got something, an idea.
Yeah. Great
I'm gonna
idea.
get him math cards.
Oh, don't get him started on this.
Should give him some boosies.
no.
I know what you're talking about
no.
flashcards.
Gives the whole fingers deal.
I told the girls, I said, you give me 30 days with flashcards, honestly. I said, I'll change the way you do math.
Well, that's-
because they count on the fingers. And we talked about
We've
that.
talked about this on
Yeah,
here.
and I want to correct that. But I can't do it one-sided. It's not a 50-50. I need them on board. Give me 30 days. I'll change your life.
Challenge
You
accepted.
could probably teach anybody something in 30 days. With
But other than that, how about a couple of front-wheel tires for the ATV?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Just letting you know if you want something.
Mention that to Mom.
Yep.
I don't know
take
what I
two.
want.
I'll take
I've
two.
got everything, so.
All
But
right, I have an idea. Don't
Okay,
worry.
that's good. You better. All I know is next week we'll talk about our gifts.
We'll unveil the gifts.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a big fat goose egg.
Well, Well, that ain't true. I'll reach out to Devin. Devin's gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh shit."
Yes, that's going to change his life, turn him around.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You may get the donut card, the punch card that I gave him.
After being on this, he's going to turn into a Catholic priest.
What does that mean?
Not sure.
I don't know.
No, he's got to touch little boys. That's what Catholic priests do.
God, see, I was going to moonwalk away from it.
Wow.
I'm glad I did.
He stood on business.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. I think we good. That's a good show.
Wrap
I
it
mean,
up.
I think we're about an hour in.
Yeah.
Guys, you got anything else?
Not that I can think of.
I love it.
I love it.
I like it. I love it.
I want some more of it.
My boy came through. Everybody else looking at me like,
we don't have an outro, but I do want to hear this beat one more time from that Michael laid down.
hell yeah.
It is a hell of a beat.
Let's go.
Here we
We'll see
go.
y'all next week, guys. Yeah, this is the coolest part of the show where we read your emails on the low. But the best part is hearing me flow. So let's get to this shit, bro.